with them.
Okay.
And he stood patiently and took photographs and signed autographs for each and every one of them.
Wow.
So later on, once the show was over, one of the sponsor guys backroom chat asked him, "Sir, why did you spend so much time doing this?" And Sachin was very, very honest in his answer. He said, "For me, it was an hour of interaction with them.
Right.
But for these guys, it's the memory of a lifetime. And I'm given all that I've achieved through the sport, it is my duty to give back to them."
Beautiful.
And that is such a brilliant
Undoubtedly. It's a phenomenal thought, a phenomenal statement, and I don't know if a lot of people can actually think of it. I mean, you and I, we are lesser mortals as compared to some of these legends, rather more, all of these legends. But that humility is something that again, as for us being us, we need to put into practice. But Ritz, a lot of conversations can always happen about these legends. But if I were to put a question in your mind, a thought in your mind, that you mentioned about watching Saiji play live, scoring a ton, Sachin Tendulkar double century, so many amazing moments of history that we've experienced. But if there would be one player across all sport that you haven't watched live, that you would want to experience their gameplay live, who would that be?
Oh my God. It's probably one of the most difficult questions I've ever been asked.
That's my job.
Yeah, of course it is. I could go across the board. I could go Jordan for basketball.
Okay.
I never had the opportunity. I watched him live on TV, but never on court.
Right.
So that's definitely one on the list. I would have definitely loved to have watched Maradona play live, which I never got a chance to.
Right.
And in cricket, I would have loved to have watched Sir Clive Lloyd bat live. I've seen Sir Vivian Richards bat live, but I have not seen Sir Clive bat live.
Beautiful. I have seen Sir Clive bat live. I've bowled to him, so yeah.
Oh wow!
Dropping flex bombs right now.
Absolutely right.
No, so Sir Clive was very gracious, very kind. He would join us in playing, corridor cricket while we were doing commentary for the T20 World Cup. So he would join us, in playing corridor cricket with us. So got the good fortune of bowling to him. Muralidharan once came to the studios, and then we asked him to bowl to us, and we batted against him.
Oh, wow.
So little things. Robin Uthappa, he was a regular. We would make him play corridor cricket. Every time we would get a break. So innings break, we are out playing corridor cricket with Robbie. So we've done some fun things, but. Amongst all the names that you mentioned, you did steal one of the names that I would have said. I would have said Sir Viv Richards. I haven't seen him play live. I would pay through my nose to watch him play live.
Absolutely.
And incredible. I've seen so many videos of his, and I'm sure that our listeners also would want to interact on this and send in their names. 0586861003 is my number. You can share in your thoughts. Which is that one legend that you would want to watch live, जिनको आपने live खेलते हुए नहीं देखा है, कोई भी sport, आप कौन सा वो एक legend को देखना चाहेंगे? 0586861003, past, present, whosoever. Send in your messages right now, 0586861003. Ritz is with me. Ritz, I have your list, and that list, unless we get Sir Clive coming to our studios again, probably will stay as a list.
No, well, you never know. You never know. That might just happen sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
But on the point, if I may just add one thing, I was talking about and mentioning the point of humility, right? During that 2021 World Cup that you were mentioning when he was here, Sir Clive and you guys were obviously working with him through the commentary bit. I had a chance to meet him at the Barsha hotel that he was staying, because I was presenting him with several things.
Right.
One section flag, I just want to go winning captain, right? And then this is the crazy and brilliant part of this. Once we finished the session,
right,
he walked me to the lift.
Wow.
When I was on my way out.
Wow.
But Sir Clive Lloyd does not need to do that.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. He could very well have reached the door and then closed it on me, and that would have been absolutely fine with me.
Very true.
He walked me to the left, and I said, "Sir, I will make my way out." No, it's all right. And then he walked to the lift. I pressed the lift, got in, immediately and he went out. These are the sort of elements where you realize the levels are beyond just their sport. The human side of them is as great as what they were as sportsmen.
Undoubtedly, Ritz. What a fantastic story. What a fantastic experience that you've shared with us. Thank you so much for joining in, and we definitely are looking forward to having you coming in for the World Cup.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to that exciting time because there's some fantastic new teams who will be vying for the World Cup as well. I bet one of the key games this week will be Italy versus Nepal. हम लोग पिज्जा के लिए वोट करेंगे या मोमो के लिए वोट करेंगे? That's the key element there.
देखो, जहाँ तक खाने की बात है हम दोनों खा लेंगे, but मैच की जहाँ तक बात है, I personally feel that I've watched Nepal boys play and they play really well. The Italians might just have a few things to learn from the boys.
Yeah, but considering the fact that both of them have qualified, they're not for the World Cup, it will be interesting. On that one, yes, I'm looking forward to having the team and giving our viewers and awesome insight listening to us throughout the world.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. Thank you so much for your time today. Lovely chatting with you. Let's say joining us in the commentary box. He was then part of the previous tournament and will be a part of the World Cup as well as we bring live coverage on the top 100.3. Amit is with us on the phone line. Amit, I'm so sorry that we had to keep you waiting for such a long time.
No, that's fine. It's always good to hear you and the kind of coverage you give. Respect to sports and the detailing. Just amazing.
And thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you, Amit. Amit, tell us, we were talking about legends. If you had to pick one legend that you could watch live, who would that legend be?
Well, it's a tough one that I've been thinking about.
बदल बने हैं बारिश
7 years ago, I have
मौसम
seen from Beyond Boat to McEnroe to Don Leonard, Jimmy Carter, Matt Fernandez, even Edberg to Iceman, Pete Sampras to Christopher Lloyd to Navratilova to Sabatini to Sally Graf to Monica Seles.
Martina Hingis.
Martina Hingis. I'm still missing so many names.
I'll tell you one big
I
German.
have been a sports lover.
I'm telling you one big German that you're missing out on. Boris Becker.
Boris Becker.
How could I thought of Boris Becker of it? Such a
How could
legend.
I miss out the 17-year-old guy diving across the grass court at Wimbledon and playing the volleys and with the boom boom serve which he had.
Undoubtedly.
And I've been a sports lover since childhood. So that was the tennis which I watched in my childhood.
Right.
I went live in Delhi to double match with Ramesh Krishnan and Ashok Amritraj's double partner in this.
Those were some legends that no, but then see, being a sports fan myself, I've learned a lot about Vijay Amritraj, Ashok Amritraj's brother, and this is a legacy of sport that we are following today. Boris Becker, like you mentioned, the 17-year-old coming onto Wimbledon and diving. I mean, who had seen anyone dive on a tennis court? But this guy was doing that. I mean, they were just phenomenal during those times, weren't they?
It's just unbelievable. Having hosted the three sports I loved was tennis, cricket, of course, every Indian loves it, I'm out of that, and soccer.
Right.
Cricket, 1979, I'm 11 years old, I was in the walked into the arena. And from that moment, falling in love, after coming out of the first couple of days, I changed the complexion. Till the time India won the World Cup, went to the West Indies series, Mohinder Ramana taking the blows on his body, McEnroe scores 500 plus runs in that series. India win the World Cup. And I still remember in the heart of central Delhi, which is a girl, it's a district of cricketers from where Manoj Prabhakar, Kirti Azad, Sanjeev Sharma, and Oscar Pillai, who never got to play for the Indian team, one of the legends who was there for Delhi, Manu Sharma. So these were the people who used to play gully cricket. And one of my best elderly brothers, who will not believe, was Raman Lamba.
Oh wow! Raman Lamba, unfortunately passed away while playing cricket.
Absolutely. My best name is Raman. He used to come and just pick me up in his boat. I used to be a soccer player, and he could never dribble past me because he was a cricketer and I was.
Beautiful.
And the love he showered on me as a person, because I used to be in 7th standard when I used to play soccer, and love for cricket was always there. My experience, first hand with these kind of players playing cricket and watching soccer, because Raman Lamba used to love soccer as well so much. We watched the 1986 World Cup together. And at that time you had Maradona, Rivera, you had the Redman, you had Lothar Matthäus. That is where Maradona made me fall in love with the tennis legends. Kapil Dev, Sunny Gavaskar, Rodney Hawk, Malcolm Marshall, Joel Garner, Andy Roberts. But one man I wanted to see live was Carl Lewis.
Oh wow, the off-break bowler and the off-break bowling all-rounder. Oh no, sorry, Carl Lewis.
No, the 100 meter sprinter.
The 100 meter sprinter. I was thinking Carl Hooper, sorry.
Carl Hooper, yes, I know the sprinter.
Yeah.
And then the Carl Lewis, and after that came, of course, Usain Bolt and then Ben Johnson.
Right. This is...
So these are the legends as a sports lover I have seen. I will see anything on the television, whether it's table tennis, whether it's badminton, whether it's watching that.
I so relate.
Anything, but they should go for, I will watch anything.
I completely like you put anything on television which has sport in it and you have an audience in me. I'll watch anything, even if there are two people playing chess, I'll watch them play chess. So it's as the love for sport is just as amazing. But Amitji, thank you so much today for taking our time and having this conversation with me. We love your enthusiasm. To have you on our show more often to talk about these legends.
Absolutely, thank you so much. I haven't told you, a lot of them I met in Kenya, including SMS Kirmani. Because the day before he came to the commentary team with you guys during the
IPL. Right, the IPL. Right, yes. Oh, Kirmani sir is all love for us. He's family.
The evening with him, and it was very interesting.
Okay, Kirmani sir is love. He's family. For us, he's more than a legend. He's a family man for us. But Amitji, thank you so much again for the conversation.
Thank you so much. Keep up the good job. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Amitji, talking about the legends and the legends that have entertained us, that have kept us glued to the television, to the newspapers, to the radio sets, to go on and be like them, to probably hope that one day I'll play the sport like them, or just to be entertained by their words and their deeds. There's a message that's come in from Sarwar, who कहते हैं कि Richie Richardson, I want to watch him live. Richie Richardson, Steffi Graf and Ramesh Kalu Vitana. यार रमेश कालू विताना को मैंने देखा है खेलते हुए. हम सुपर सिक्सेस खेलते थे इंडिया में. तो उसमें ऐसा होता है कि after a certain, in fact, once you reach a quarter-final, you get an international player to be a part of your squad. And that is where Ramesh Kalu Vitana was assigned to a team that played against him, against their side. And my God, he had retired by then, but his glove work was still immaculate. He was so quick. This was like probably what 2008 or something. 2008-2009 की बात है. तब हमने रोहन गावस्कर हमारे टीम में थे, हम उनके साथ क्रिकेट खेले थे. मोहम्मद अजहरुद्दीन सामने खेले थे. आरपी सिंह जो है वो जो है उन्होंने हमारे साथ में उनके ऑपोजिशन में खेला था. आरपी भैया ने उसने ओजीसी. So many things, I mean, these legends. Oh my God, ये स्टोरीज जो है कभी कंप्लीट नहीं होंगी. ये स्टोरीज जो है वो एब्सोल्युटली ऐसे ही चलती रहेंगी. बट हम एक छोटा ब्रेक लेंगे और ब्रेक के बाद जब वापस आएंगे तो आप आपको बताएंगे कि क्या होगा in the world of sport. Right here, we have a person who will be joining us to take us through the world of sport.
This is Talk 100.3.
Second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final fixtures on the 4th of February at Rio Qatar.
Catch all the action of Euro Golf Mobility Group Premier League, presented by Johnson Cates. Live and exclusive every weekend on Talk 100.3. Talk 100.3. This is Fan Network News from the BBC.
BBC News with news update. China and Canada have announced the preliminary trade deal following years of strained relations. It would reduce tariffs on areas including electric vehicles and allow Canadians to enter China without a visa. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney described China as a realistic trading partner and more predictable than Washington. President Xi Jinping stressed that both sides should respect each other's sovereignty and integrity. The South Korean court has jailed the former president Moon Jae-in for 5 years for obstructing justice and abusing power. It was the first of several cases over his attempt to impose martial law. Reports from Uganda say there has been violent clashes between North and opposition supporters linked to Thursday's presidential elections. Local media say several people have been killed. The party of the presidential candidate, Bobi Wine, says the security forces have surrounded his house. Civilians are fleeing a Kurdish-held area in northeastern Syria ahead of an army deadline. Hundreds of people have been trying to leave the area over the past 24 hours. Government forces have gathered in Deir Hafor to the east of Aleppo. Cameroon's opposition leader says his party will boycott this year's legislative and municipal elections. He said Jerome Bakula, his own exile in Gambia, said the he was attempting to confiscate legislative power. BBC The World in 2 minutes.
Network News from the BBC. TSB. Talk Sport and Business. Talk 100.3.
So now, red eye cases have doubled while conjunctivitis is driving longer recovery cycles. And schools across the UAE are reporting a sharp rise in red eye infections. The doctors actually pointing at contagious viral conjunctivitis which is spreading in crowded and shared spaces. So चाहे आप मॉल्स में जा रहे हो, चाहे फिर आप कोई रेस्टोरेंट्स में जा रहे हो, स्कूल में बच्चे जा रहे हैं, तो भी थोड़ा सा ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. And the doctors who take care of our eyes, they are in fact keeping a tab on everything and they're telling you to be extremely cautious. So we thought, why not? We speak to someone who is in the industry, is a specialist, and works with the eye ensuring that your eyes are taken care really well. We can keep on our he was a specialist in ophthalmology, joining us to talk about what is happening in the UAE. Dr. Arif, thank you so much for joining us today on TSB.
Hello, and thanks for welcoming me. Right now we have seen everybody will be allowing some at the same time because of the extreme coldness, the chances of getting infection and conjunctivitis have really increased.
So when you say conjunctivitis, what is conjunctivitis and how different is it from a regular red eye?
Yeah, basically it's just the infection which happens because of the change in the weather, dust, where the eyes become red, swollen, you'll have some stickiness, you'll have some foreign body irritation, foreign body sensations. And sometimes if this infection stays for a long time, then your vision will get blurred. And this is contagious to a large extent. It's not like a normal allergic conjunctivitis. But if there is any secondary infection or a secondary virus, then it can spread to people around.
So, बचपन में जब ऐसा होता था तो हम कहते थे कि आँख खाइए, है ना?
Exactly. So it is something similar. It's usually seen in Middle East in more of the humid climate, July, August. And even in the cold weather, this is quite common. And what precautions we need to take while in case of red eye is always keep your hands clean. Don't keep touching your eyes,
Okay.
so that it can spread. And also, when you're going to work, don't touch your eyes and don't touch to the common places where there is always a chance. Wear sunglasses outside because to prevent just the dust or extreme humidity or sun, you have to take care and keep putting the drops to control your infection. And if possible, try to be at home. Take sick leave, be at home so that the acute phase you're not spreading it to someone at work.
This is very good. Okay, if you haven't got the condition, though, you stay at home, and if you don't like your boss, go and meet
Side Rifa to
So it's always better, and usually what we've seen is in the night time, the chance of getting the acute stage is more common.
Okay.
So even if you feel some sensation and all, try to visit the doctor and try to start the medication and reduce your screen time, because the screen time also causes more of these pain, irritation, and increase in the infection.
You've connected two big problems. One is a seasonal problem and one is a generational problem now, and that is the usage of screen. But just tell me, when you talk about red eye and conjunctivitis, is it more to do with kids or are adults as equally affected?
This conjunctivitis is affecting all ages because the screen usage is there with all ages. Plus the school kids, they go to the school, there is always chance of getting infection from the surrounding kids and even at workplaces. So this affects all ages.
To prevent it, like today I don't have it, but now that you mentioned, I will be extremely cautious about touching my eyes. But are there any other methods to prevent it?
You have to reduce your screen time and take care of the hygiene. That is the most important thing, and that's the thing which can prevent it. And if your immunity is good, then the chances of you getting these infections becomes less.
Now, how dangerous is it? Is it something that will come and go if you take proper medical care, or it could get into some complications as well?
Maximum cases, if it's early diagnosed and treated, the infection during its subside, it has its own acute phase where the infection goes up and for a couple of days and then goes down. But if it is not treated properly or if your immunity is less, the virus is very strong, then your round part of the eye, that is the cornea, it gets affected. If that gets affected, then it will take few weeks to subside.
Okay, but then it does not negatively impact your eyesight in the long run.
Usually no. Certainly you have severe uncontrolled diabetes or infection is really bad, immunity is very less, then yes. But maximum cases it doesn't, the long-term complications are not there.
So you mentioned diabetes. What is the connection of diabetes and eyesight? I mean, diabetes has got everything to do with insulin resistance and high blood sugar levels, but what has that got to do with affecting the eyes?
Yeah, the diabetes usually affects all parts of the body. The common cause of blindness is the diabetic eye disease, where the central part of the eye, the back side of the eye gets affected, and there, if not diagnosed at the earliest stage, it can lead to blindness. So we recommend all diabetic patients to get at least one checkup of your eyes, and then accordingly, based on how bad is your retina involvement or the eye involvement, the doctor is going to tell you when to have the checkup. But diabetes affects everything.
And this is specifically for diabetic patients. But apart from diabetic patients, how often should one actually go to, an ophthalmologist like yourself to get their eyes checked? And what should they be checking for?
Yeah, so if you're using the screen time regularly, then you need to take first precautions. And in case if there is any headache or strain, you're not able to see clearly and all, then you should get your eyes checked. Maybe you need the In case of kids, if they are not able, I usually advise them to sit at the last bench and try to see if they can see the whiteboard. And if they are not, then they should get the checkup done at least once in a year. Or those who have got the age more than 40, then you should get their eye pressure checked.
Okay.
And all diabetic patients should get at least one checkup done.
There has been a lot of conversation about LASIK and such surgeries for correction of the vision. What are your thoughts on such procedures?
Yeah, so right now with the latest advances in the diagnostic methods and the treatment, the success rate is very good. Now, main thing we are able to diagnose and detect which cases should not be done. Because if the diagnosis has become very good, it's a safe procedure. Now with the recent method known as close smile, the cut on the cornea, the time taken is dramatically reduced. Within 10 seconds, you can get your laser correction done for each eye. And it has really changed. Pain, no injection, no needles, in just 10 seconds, you are done with one eye.
Then, does this then correct both myopia and the other one?
Yes, hypermetropia, astigmatism, myopia, even in old age people, those who are like old age, but those who are like more than 40, 45, 50 years, those who need reading glasses, now they can correct the glass numbers from all ages, right? From 18 to 20 till 60, 69. All age group, the glass numbers of all sorts can be corrected.
This is such a blessing, for growing up, I used to wear glasses and being someone who was extremely into sport, it used to be very, very challenging. I had to, adapt to wearing lenses very delicately because for me it became difficult to wear glasses and when you play cricket and all of that. But now, when you are getting your eyes corrected, the lenses and everything goes away, you have, LASIK is done. But then when the number 40 comes in and that's what it's said, and once 40 turns, then you require the reading glasses. Is there a different procedure for reading glasses for someone already corrected for the other one?
Yeah, so once if you have got the LASIK done before 40, then you can always do a touch-up. Touch-up is a very minor procedure where we do laser settings, changes, and then you can correct your numbers. And those people who have not got LASIK done, even they can do a type of LASIK which is known as 12-1, which is mainly indicated for people who are more than 40, 45, 50 years. And it's a procedure for all, everybody, even if you have got the LASIK done before, provided your cornea test, your measurements, your thickness, everything should be normal. Then you are fit to go.
This is so amazing. The medical science that has come through has just, blown our minds. I don't know if anyone would have thought of getting rid of their glasses in such a fashion that, like you mentioned, that 10 seconds per eye and you're done with it. But
really, the people who are having problems -6, -10, -8 the next day, even the same day evening, they can see the time on the watch and everything is like a second eye.
it's beautiful. I mean, I've gone through LASIK myself and I can tell you one thing, that it is life-changing for me, for someone who, was dependent on lenses for a major part of my life. LASIK definitely has been life-changing. But, is there, I'm sure in your experience you'll be coming across a lot of people who have a fear of going under the knife or going under the laser because it's your eye.
Yeah. So we try to spend maximum time before counseling the patient, explain to them about the procedure. And some patients who are very apprehensive, we give them a mild sedatives or not sedative actually, just to relax them before the procedure and explain to them that you don't have to worry, it is just 10 seconds. The main people are worried is about the blade and the cutting. So we don't and the injection. So there is no injection, no pain, no blood, there is nothing. So once the proper counseling, explain to them, relaxing them, talking with them during the procedure, because that type of anesthesia where we are talking with the patient constantly, they don't realize that 10 seconds is already over.
I agree with you. But do you think that social media also has to be blamed for this, for probably putting up videos? Because when I was planning to go for my LASIK, I saw some videos and there was one video that actually showed how the lens is, the upper layer is cut and all of that, and I was
Many people just guide about what's going on, why you're cutting and all that stuff. But yeah, that is there. But sometimes it is a positive where patients are educated about it. But if you take it a negative and yes, they are afraid that they don't want. The best people fear there's a movie. I'm not going to come. Let my eyes be cut. I'm happy with that. So it needs a good counseling.
I can totally imagine. But this is really incredible. Now, from here to the next step, technology has definitely gone leaps and bounds from where we have started to where we are today. What are the next steps that we can experience or probably think of that could probably be there in the world of optics in the next maybe say 10, 20 years to come?
Yeah, there are so many cameras which are attached to the glasses, and that is also there in optics. And regarding the ophthalmology point of view, if you say there AI also has started coming in ophthalmology, where we can use the robotics which will help us in doing our cataract surgery.
Right.
And the steps that is also already going on, but it is not actually came in the market. But that is the main thing where we can reduce the complication rate, increase the success rate, and also in complicated cases, often eye cases, we can use that.
This is incredible. In fact, there have been some movies, some science fiction movies where we saw that people wear lens which have chips inside it and they can read through all of that. You think that's going to be a possibility?
Yes, definitely it is going to be there. We can have the chips in the glasses. Even the music is there. Sony has already come up with the glasses where you can have your.
Yeah, I mean, I have a pair of glasses, the glasses which are AI enabled and all of that. But all of this without